3 teams, 5 games, 1 point. It's win or go home. The NHL season is almost over, and there's a huge battle out in the East for who is going to make the NHL playoffs. There's 3 teams, the New York Islanders, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Florida Panthers. But we cannot forget about the Buffalo Sabres. They're only 4 points out, 2 games in hand. Anything could happen. And boy, this is about to be crazy. So obviously these teams are only divided by 1 single point, and literally anything could happen in these games. So the Islanders do actually have 1 more games played than the Penguins and the Panthers. So that does give an advantage to those teams, but obviously you still have to win that game. But let's take a deeper dive into these 3 teams. Obviously, I am your boy Wild Froggy, so make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you guys do enjoy it all. It helps out the channel a lot. We're gonna be grinding, boys. Playoffs are coming soon. I cannot wait. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any content on this channel. Let's do it, baby. Let's keep going into this video. All right, let's take a look at this chart here, guys. There's the 3 teams, the Islanders, Penguins, and the Panthers. But once again, we can't let go of the Buffalo Sabres. Sabres have 2 games in hand on the Penguins and the Panthers, and 3 on the Islanders, and they're only down by 4 points, or 5 points if technically they have a playoff spot. So they're damn close. Once again, there can be in this, but once again, they have to win those games, and who knows if they do. So let's look at the teams they are playing. The schedules are kind of easy for all of these teams, to be honest. Let's look at the Islanders. They are playing Tampa Bay, tough game. Philly, tough game, bad team, but obviously division rival, so anything can happen in those games. Play Washington, which is another division rival, so that's another tough one as well. And then Montreal Canadiens, who is probably an easy win. So most likely they beat Philly and they beat Montreal. Those are honestly, those are my gimmies for them. But then Tampa Bay, that's a tough one, but they are at home, so anything could really happen. Home ice advantage. But then it goes, they have to go to Washington. Obviously Washington, they're not going to make playoffs. They're going to want to be taking out the Islanders. That's just going to be their goal. Like, why not? They're going to have to take out their division rival. They would do that in a heartbeat. So there's that. Then the Penguins, they have 5 games remaining. They play the Devils, very tough game. Minnesota, very tough game. Detroit, we just got smacked in Detroit last time, so that's a tough game as well. Chicago, that's an easy one. Then the Blue Jackets, who I'm pretty sure is an easy one as well. So I can see the Penguins winning 4 out of 5 here, but as well, I can see them losing 4 out of 5. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know what team we're gonna get, what goaltending we're gonna get in Pittsburgh, but I'm expecting to lose this Devils game, and I'm expecting to actually win the Minnesota game, and I think we can win 4 straight after that going into playoffs. Obviously, that's tough, but I do believe in the Penguins. So there's that. Then here is the Panthers. They play Buffalo. Once again, that is a huge game since they're right next to each other. Buffalo wins that game. They're gonna have a game in hand and right behind them in points. It's gonna be absolutely perfect. But if they do lose that game, Buffalo, they're done. They're done. Their season is over completely. So this is a must-win game for Buffalo. Very tough one for that. So then they go to Ottawa, which is a tough one as well. It's not the hardest team, but it's also not the easiest team as well. So then there goes to Washington. Washington here is honestly, they're just trying to play spoilers, man. They're trying to play spoilers. They're not gonna make the playoffs, so they're gonna try to spoil some other people's seasons. So we'll see what happens there. It's gonna be a tough game as well. Then they go to Toronto, then Carolina. 2 very tough games there. Toronto might be sitting some people. I know Marner didn't play last game. A couple other players did not play last game, so very tough. So that might be a little easier now since they already made the playoffs, already locked in their spot. So maybe they're gonna just rest the players. So I hope that doesn't happen because I don't want that, and I don't want the NHL to turn in the NBA. But there's that. Let's go to Buffalo. Let's get a little. I think if they lose this first Florida game, it's absolutely over. Their season's over. Like I said before, there's really no point of doing this. But I'm gonna say if they do beat this team, then they have to go to Detroit, which is a tough one. Carolina, very tough one. Rangers, very tough one. Devils, very tough one. Then Ottawa, then Columbus. So 2 easy ones at the end. But if they get to, they're gonna have to get through those 3-headed monsters right there in the middle. So that's gonna be very tough. My opinion, Sabres are not gonna be part of this. I don't think they can beat all these teams. I think they lose to Florida in the first place. Then it's just over. I think that race is over. So I just think it's gonna be the main 3: Islanders, Penguins, and the Panthers. And looking at these schedules, very tough. I think the easiest schedule, to be honest, is most likely probably the Islanders. I know they have an extra game, and that is not good for them because if the Penguins of Florida, they just need to win out. If they win out, they both make it. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's very unlikely. It's most likely not going to happen. But that's just all they need to do, man. They just need to win out. They just need to win out. And the thing with the Penguins, they do not have any of the tiebreakers. They do not have the regulation win, so they have to actually win by an extra point to make the playoffs here. So I am very curious, down in the comments, who do you think is actually going to make the playoffs here? 2 out of 3 can make it. Right now, it's most likely what? Islanders and probably the Panthers. It's probably most likely them. But obviously, as a Penguins fan, I want them to win. I think they can win. I think they do win, but it's gonna be very, very tough here. So comment down below, who do you think actually makes it in the playoffs here, baby? It's gonna be a very, very fun race, very tight game. I hope it goes to the last game because that's just make it so much more suspenseful and more entertaining for the league. And we love that. We need that for the NHL. So I'm very, very excited about that. But what's that? All-stars, that superstars are gonna miss the NHL playoffs this year. Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Sorokin, Barzal, Horvat, Kachuk, Barkov. Like, this is gonna be crazy, crazy here. I cannot wait to see the end of the season. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it. I'm just very, very excited that this season is going to come out to the very last game to see who makes the playoffs. I can't wait. I can't wait at all. It's going to be very, very good playoffs. Who gets to play Boston? Who gets to play Carolina? And that's who we're playing for. Obviously, we're all playing for what? Getting beat in the first round by Carolina or Boston. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Much love. If you guys did enjoy, please don't please subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot, guys. Make sure to check out my TikTok, all my other socials. Helps out a lot. Really, really does. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, guys, be great. Be great. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later.